Greetings and welcome to my lesson on Toccatina, Opus 27, number 12 by Kabalevsky. Opus 27 is a collection titled 30 Pieces for Children and was composed for early intermediate pianists. This is the 23rd piece from the suggested teaching order of J. Magrath's fantastic masterpieces with Flair, Book 1. I will have a link in the description. This piece is a great introduction on how to voice melodies in the left hand and how to balance both hands so that the left hand sings out over the right hand accompaniment. It is also a fantastic exercise in playing first inversion triads, focusing on keeping them light and even. Without further ado, let's take a look. Okay, Toccatina. This piece is in A minor. So there's no sharps or flats in the key signature, but instead of revolving around C, it revolves around A. It is in 2/4 time and is to be played allegretto. If allegro means fast and cheerful, allegretto means a little less fast. And in this case, I would say a little less cheerful also. It's a serious sounding piece. The left hand carries the melody, and it even says right as the left hand starts, cantando, which means the same thing as cantabile, which means in a singing style. So your left hand's going to be singing out the melody. And then the right hand is almost entirely first inversion triads. So if this is a root position triad, that means the root is on the bottom. If I want to turn this into a first inversion triad, I'm going to take that root and I'm going to play it an octave higher. So now this is a first inversion triad, which is what this piece is almost entirely made up of. There is a brief exception to that rule. It measures 31 through 33, in which it goes into a second inversion triad instead. This piece uses a full palette of dynamics. It starts soft, there's crescendos to mezzo forte, diminuendos back to piano. It goes forte for a while. So the piece, volume-wise, is always growing and diminishing. Something to definitely keep in mind in each section, how loud or soft you're playing and want to play. The articulations, on the other hand, are pretty straightforward. The left hand is mostly legato, which is smooth and connected. The right hand is mostly staccato, which is quick and detached. It's almost like you're playing like your fingers are popcorn, or like the keys are hot. It is easiest to practice this in 3 sections, measures 1 through 12, 13 through 34, and 35 to the end, which is measure 49. The second section is the largest, 13 to 34, and you can split it up to 13 through 18 and then 20 through 34. Measures 20 through 34 will be the most challenging of the piece. Practice-wise, I feel like this piece has really simple practice steps to follow. Since the left hand is going to be singing out over the right hand, you should definitely play hands separate before hands together, and you should phrase that left hand. So we have nice and soft. Now crescendo here. Now I'm breaking between the phrases. Now I'm going to get a little softer. And that's the first phrase. So I'm following the slurs, the phrase markings on the music, and I do lift in between, just so it sounds like that there's many smaller sentences to phrase out instead of one long sentence. If I didn't do that, it would sound more like this. Which, that sounds fine. I just think it has more character if you breathe in between the phrases. Okay, and then the right hand, it's just these light staccato chords. You want to play them softly, of course. Keep your fingers as firm as possible. Keep your wrist loose. Crescendo here. Nice and mezzo forte. I was a little late there. Getting softer. And then you put it together. There's the first phrase. Now, I like that speed. I think that's a good allegretto, but I have heard some recordings where it was more like this. And I like that speed too, actually. I would say that's faster than what is indicated, but I do think it sounds pretty cool. If you like it faster, but you're having a hard time bringing it up to that speed, another step you can add is just impulse practice. So you play a measure, rest a measure, and that makes it easier to play fast. So when you play the measure, you play it at the speed you want to perform it at. Rest and rest and 1 and 2 and rest and. So this helps your brain divvy it up into small chunks, and so you can play while staying relaxed, and it's just the quickest way to speed up a piece. Do one measure at a time, and then after you can do that, do 2 measures at a time. 1, 2. 1, 2, and so forth. So those are pretty much all the practice steps I would use with this piece. I am going to go over the next couple sections anyways, though, especially because we have a section that is a little bit tougher. I would say when it comes to just fingering and moving quickly and all that, because it changes it up. It's a little bit different. So we have, it starts the same, measures 13 through 18. This is the first part of the second section. And the crescendo. Now this part is 14. This is the part that I was talking about that you might find a little bit harder, especially finding good fingerings. It's not a bad idea to just kind of quickly review what the notes are there. So we have. Ooh, there's a page turn. Oh, and then I want to talk about this part because the left hand is legato for the most part, but 31 through 34, you could choose, and I think it would sound good, to slightly detach the left hand. That's really a matter of pianist preference, but I think it sounds good. And also this is where those second inversion triads come up. Diminuendo. It doesn't say to, but I do add a little ritardando there, and then I breathe before I come to the next phrase, which is a return of the A section. This is in ternary form, ABA. And then I'm going to diminuendo here. 1, 2, pianissimo, very soft. That's it for this piece. I hope you enjoyed singing out with your left hand. Also, I hope measures 19 through 34 didn't give you too much trouble. Remember to first practice it slow and easy. Once you master it at a slow tempo, then you can bring the tempo up, and it shouldn't take that long to bring it up to speed. For convenient, engaging, and life-changing piano lessons, please check out my website, thebuddingpianist.com, and schedule a free 30-minute piano maestro class. It's a one-on-one class with me in which you get to learn how to navigate around the keys, and you will be playing a song by the end of the lesson. Growing through the joy of music.